So, starting this week out, I don't really have anything I need to do to the car. I can't think of anything to do to the car right now. I'd like to rebuild the tranny, but that rebuild kit costs like 150 bucks. I would like to put new front struts on it, just stock front struts. But those are gonna be like 150 bucks, give or take. And right now, I just am not feeling like dumping money into the car that doesn't absolutely have to be dumped into the car. The biggest reason I am being financially frugal at the moment is because we need a trailer. And once we have a trailer, we need somewhere to store it. So I'm heading to Kennedale, Texas now to go look at a trailer that I am in all likelihood going to be buying. It is a 14-foot small utility trailer. I think it's going to work famously. It should be able to fit in the garage space that I'm planning to put it in. A buddy of mine lives in some apartments nearby and has rented out an additional garage for me that I'm just paying him to rent. And I have my boat in that. And so I'm going to, in all likelihood, have him rent out a second one for me to put this trailer in. And so it couldn't be a full-size 16-foot trailer. It would not have fit. But if this 14-foot trailer should not have any trouble at all. So I'm going to go look at it right now. The guy's pretty firm on $1,000 bucks. It says the tires are good, the floor is good, the lights are good, so it really shouldn't need anything. So I just went and looked at that trailer in Kennedale, and I ended up walking away from it. It just looked way too rough, real rough. It was clearly homemade and not a good homemade trailer. I mean, it just looked way too homemade. It did not look like something I would trust. It looked the screws were all coming out of the boards, the tires were all mismatched in different brands, and the ramps that they had with it were not sufficient. Those ramps that they had, what the hell is that? Is that a giant rat or a squirrel? There is an animal trying to die right now. Oh, jeez, I got his ass. He's dead. I just ran over a squirrel. That's sad. Anyway, poor fella. So yeah, the trailer just looked like a big piece of shit. They wouldn't budge off the price of $1,000 bucks, so I had to walk on it. Anywho, the hum will continue. I found another one that I like a lot, and the guy's asking too much for it. It needs all new wood, and it doesn't come with ramps. But I made him an offer on it, and he didn't take it. But I'm gonna just keep bugging him if it stays online and see if I can work out a better deal. We'll try again later. So we're keeping this party going. I was heading back home when I messaged a guy with another trailer. We're a little bit off on price. He's asking $1,400. I need to get him real close to $1,000 for it to make sense for me. So since I'm out and about anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and go and take a look at it. If I like what I see, I might just offer him everything I got in my pocket, which is about $1,075. See how it looks, and we'll see if that's something he'd be interested in entertaining. It's getting dark now, so things are just getting sketchier and sketchier as we go. This one's in Mesquite instead of Meth Head Kennedale, so I'm sure it'll be all right. So I just got done looking at the second trailer, the one in Mesquite, Texas. They're sticking to their guns at $1,400. They're holding firm right there. I told them I had $1,000 in my pocket and I could tow it away right now. It seems they're gonna hold up at $1,400. I really like the trailer a lot. It needs all new wood, definitely. The wood's rotted out. The wood's in bad shape. They got a title for it, so registration will be a breeze. We'll see where we end up on that. All right, so it's Friday morning and it's about 5:58. I'm on my way to work, but I'm not going to work right now. Actually, I'm not supposed to be at work for another 2 hours. Where I am going is to Mesquite to purchase a trailer, and it looks like exactly what we need. So I'm going to pick that up this morning for $1,200 bucks, and then I'm going to work with it. I'm just going to drag it there with me. We're back on the road to having a trailer again, so we can start hauling the car around, which is super exciting. So I'll give you an update once I pick the trailer up. Okay, so things just got really weird. I was just at the place with the trailer, and the dude was taking forever to get out there, and I was at his house, I thought, but so it was weird. It's like he's like, hey, my mom's gonna have to leave for work, park across the street. And I'm talking, it's like 7 in the morning. So I'm like, all right, whatever. So she loads up and gets in her car and leaves, and then right after that, he just kind of pops out. And he's like, oh, hey, I don't have a key to unlock the tongue on it. And I'm like, all right, like it's just like a tongue lock. So I'm like, okay, well, I brought a saw, so I'll just cut that bitch. And I'm like, you got a title, right? And he's like, yeah. Runs inside, comes back out. Oh, no, actually, I thought this was the title for it, but it's not. Okay, so now you don't got a title. Well, I'm not giving you $1,200. And he's like, okay, what do you give me? I'm like, I'll give you $1,000 for it if you give me a bill of sale and stuff. And he's like, all right, fine. It's like, go ahead and just cut the lock. I'm like, all right, bet. So I get my saw and I'm about to chop that lock off. Right about this time, Mama shows back up and starts just laying into him in Spanish, talking about just, I don't know what the hell. I heard Policia mentioned, so I'm like, bro, I'm gonna get the fuck out of here. So I just got the hell out of Dodge. So just wasted my whole morning. Now I'm sitting in rush hour traffic. God, I'm gonna be so late for work. Still don't have a trailer. It was the perfect trailer. But, I mean, as sketchy as the situation seems today, I came out here 2 nights ago and was talking to this dude and his dad at this house, and everything seemed to be jiving just fine. But whatever the hell happened, Mama came back and was like, hell no, it's not for, she yelled at him in Spanish and just looks at me and says, not for sale. So I'm like, well, I've heard enough. So the hunt for the trailer continues. All right, so still Friday. This morning, all that trailer shenanigans went down. I've decided there's not a good used trailer. So I've started venturing out to looking into new trailers, and the price difference between a brand new trailer and the used ones that are gonna fit my needs is only a few $100, honestly. It makes way more sense to just get a brand new one. I found a guy up here in Oklahoma that will sell me a brand new trailer, dovetail 16-foot car hauler, for $1,900. So I'm jumping all over that. For $1,900, I'm gonna get a brand new trailer with a dovetail, brakes, ramps, everything, the whole 9. But anyway, I'm making the trek now. I left work just a little early to get a head start. The place I'm heading is about 2 hours away. I'm already about halfway there or more. And so we'll see what we got when we get there. All right, so I got into Tupelo and I called the guy. So he told me, give me some turn-by-turn directions. Now I'm taking a left at a white mailbox with a pinwheel. That looks like the one. So now I'm like going back, it's like a business and residence in one. So I'm turning back here. Barely got any sunlight at this point. But I'm on his property now, so I'm gonna go behind the barn and meet up with him, and hopefully I don't get robbed and raped. But here's hoping for the best. So we must be getting close. Man, this is the middle of nowhere. I don't know how this guy sells any trailers. He might just rob and rape everyone who shows up to buy one, so I'm gonna be vigilant, as usual. All right, it's a new week and we got some new things going on. I've ran all over the place looking for a new trailer. I got a solution. I did not end up getting a used trailer at all. I have a brand new trailer now. No side rail, but it's got like the diamond plated fenders, and it's got also a little dovetail back here. And it comes with 2 heavy duty ramps that load up on the side of it over there. But there is a little bit that it needs still that I plan to take care of today. So there's not really any means of like strapping the car down. And it's got like these little spots here where you could like slide a board or like run a rail if you wanted to. And on the rear, I'll probably go ahead and use those like that for now. But up front, it's got this rail that goes across. And my plan for that is I went and picked up some of these big heavy duty eyelets from Home Depot, and I got some heavy duty chain and hooks and stuff. So I'm gonna end up putting these eyelets. I think what I'm gonna do is actually put it right here, just really for lack of a better option. I like the position of it there, and then I got some big carriage bolts that will run through here, and so the chains will pretty much be set to the proper length. So when I pull the car up, we'll hook the front chains up, just reverse it to make them taut, and then for the rear, I got these big heavy duty ratchet straps that we'll use to just cinch it down and get it tight. What I may end up doing in the future is putting the similar kind of D-ring like right here or something, or maybe on the dovetail. If I could have found a good one that would like mount flush back here, I would have gotten it, but I couldn't. So I'll just mess with that another time. I do like having the ratchet straps in the back though. The chain obviously never really need to be adjusted, but the rear is where you're going to establish all the tension. So in addition to hooking up the chains and straps, I got, of course, some locks for it because, you know, I try not to make the same mistake twice. So this one will be locked up secure even when it's in an enclosed garage, and it's also equipped with brakes too. So I got a brake controller coming too, so I'll be putting a brake controller in Big Red probably tomorrow night. And yeah, so we're gonna have a pretty sweet little tow rig by the time we're done here. All right, so I actually got the eyelets put on the trailer to hook up the front chains. Gas washers, a whole bunch of washers on the on my carriage bolts going through this front member here. And I think it's gonna be okay. Before I had the big washers on, it kind of started to pull in, like bend the metal in here. So it occurred to me I'm gonna need a little more washers to spread the load. So I think that's gonna be all right. We'll just have to monitor it over time and see if it continues to suck down. I might just have to get like a 1/8 inch plate of steel to weld on like here to here and drill through. And I also considered maybe putting some welds on this, but I just think that's gonna ugly it up. So we'll kind of monitor the situation, see if it needs anything further. But got the rear ratchet straps on, crossed up back here and cut off all the extra there. Got it pretty centered up on the trailer, so we're gonna take it for a little drive and see how it tows. Great, just drove it around the neighborhood. Everything felt pretty good. As the ramps, the edge of the ramp is really tall and like sticks up over the angle where the tires are riding. So, I mean, if the tire's not right between the sides here, I'm not really sure what's gonna happen. I don't know if it's gonna fuck up the tire. I'd sure hate to mess up a slick by catching the edge of it on this big tall side. So I guess I'll just be really careful and just make sure we get them lined up good. And I'll use assistance whenever I can. But overall, everything towed really good. I'm pretty happy with how everything is. The thing that I'm super excited about that I think is really cool, check this out. I can open the door. I've never been able to open the door on the trailer. That is so sick. That's super exciting. Because the old one obviously had the rails, but I thought that even though this didn't have rails, I thought the fenders were high enough that the door would hit them. But you can see there's a good 2.5 inches of clearance. So that's super awesome also. It's gonna make loading and unloading so much better.